Hello and welcome to Evolve Pipedrive podcast. We talk all things Pipedrive, sales, apps, and Pipedrive marketplace. My name is Bruce Bignell. I own and run Evolve. We're a technology consultancy based in the UK, but working globally, helping businesses get more from Pipedrive. Today it's my great pleasure to be joined by Vlastimil Vodička, the founder and CEO of Leads Picker, and he's going to walk us through Pipebooster.io and how it integrates with Pipedrive.
Hi, thanks for having me here. So I'm Vlastimil, founder of Pipebooster, and we have clients in 42 countries. So if you could look at the map behind us, that's more than 700 of our customers. And yeah, we've been in the lead generation space already for some time. So I would like to show you today our new app Pipebooster that connects with Pipedrive.
Love it.
So thanks for inviting me.
That's quite all right. So what do we have here? We've got the Pipebooster web page that we're looking at here.
Yeah, that's the Pipebooster webpage exactly. Do you want me to guide you a little bit through it, or what Pipebooster actually
Yes.
does?
So from my side, I think it'd be really useful to have a look at the product, how it integrates with Pipedrive, and just some of the top level use cases.
All right. So just top level use case. Maybe let me show you this, and then we can jump directly to the product. So what Pipebooster does is that it connects with your database or with your list of customers in Pipedrive, or if you are just considering to move to Pipedrive, you can even have it in an Excel file or in a CSV file, and then it enriches every contact in your database with the right LinkedIn profile. And then our robot visits the profile one by one and checks the experience section on the LinkedIn profile to see if your customer or late stage prospect or maybe a customer who suddenly changed job. And if Pipebooster sees that there is a job change, then it notifies you, creates a new lead directly in your pipeline, in your Pipedrive, and you get notification. And you can use Zapier to connect it with your Gmail, so it can even write for you personalized templates, or it can notify you on Slack. So yeah,
That's huge. You wouldn't believe how
nice talk, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people want this feature. Right? It's such a key thing, and it's from a sales standpoint. If you've sold to them before and that they know you as a salesperson, they're sometimes the easiest conversations and strongest conversations to have. Right. So if anyone's moving, it's always a great indicator to start up a new conversation.
I think everybody has been there, right? So you are trying to reach out your customers, and then yeah, they are not just responding. So we follow up. You keep sending a couple of emails, and then you realize when you check their LinkedIn profile, but you need to go manually on LinkedIn to do this and look up the person. You realize that the person that you were in touch with is already somewhere else. They moved to new company, and yeah, it's a risk because this customer can churn, but at the same time it's a great business opportunity, right? And we believe like nowadays it's more and more difficult to acquire new customers, so you should really focus on the ones that already know you. And if they move to new company, it's still really it's still really valuable contact, so that's why we focus on this.
Awesome.
Great. Should I guide you through the product?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
So just go to pipebooster.io, and on a landing page you can sign up. It's really simple. If you're using Google Workspace, it's just one click. If not, then you create your username, password, and that's it. So I will put in my email address, and yeah, so it already logged me in. And this is the project space. One project can be one database that you want to track, and each of them can have different frequency. it it makes sense to split it, because one database could be, for example, your past customers, and if they move to new company, you want to trigger new and different message than to late stage prospects. So it makes sense to create a couple of projects, and based on those projects, you can trigger different things.
Yeah.
Um, for the purpose of this demo, I created a database just to have something really, really simple. And as you can see, what's pretty unique is that we can work with really messy databases and messy CRMs. Basically, all we need to be able to match the person with the right LinkedIn profile and then monitor them, it's the name, the surname, and the company name. Or if you don't have the company name, at least the website or something.
Mm.
That's really the minimum we need. And once we have it, Pipebooster can enrich the rest of the information and start monitoring them. So to start using Pipebooster, you need to create a project. And to create a project, you can click on Add New. And here you can choose what is the data source. The data source could be the CRM, as Pipedrive, or if you are just considering to use Pipedrive and you still have your contacts in a CSV file or in some spreadsheet, you can use the other option, and which is basic import function. To
Yeah.
connect with Pipedrive, you just click on it and you confirm the authorization.
Yeah.
So that's pretty standard. So
Yeah.
I'll go back and show you, and I'll show you a demo with the data sheet that I prepared. Uh, as you can see, we really need basic or minimum information: first name or full name, last name, and a company name. It's good enough for us to find the right person on LinkedIn, map the person with the right LinkedIn profile, and then on regular basis visit this person and see if they are still in the same company
Hmm.
or not. Uh, for the purpose of this demo, I will use these people to track them for job changes. So I'll use the CSV import feature. But as I said, you can import entire CRM system, and it will be tracking on the background.
Yeah.
So you go to import, you can import a CSV. If you need data sample, you can just download a CSV file here with the right columns to make it simple, but it's quite straightforward process. Here in this step, if you might, use, for example, different language used to call the
Yeah.
columns, just double check that the mapping works just fine,
Yeah.
and you click
And
on
that's
next.
always super important for at any data stage, right? Because someone might call it an
Exactly.
organization, some people call it a company, so you want it to
Mhm.
map across correctly.
So here in the project settings, there is a couple of things that you could set up. I would point out the frequency. Here you can choose if you want to check the LinkedIn profile every week, every 2 weeks, or once a month to see what's new. For somebody might want to have it more often. For somebody it's just once a month, good enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are three toggles that you can turn on and turn off. But like the enrich data is that if you want to only enrich your database with LinkedIn profiles, you can turn everything off and keep just this step on.
So
Uh,
so so tell me what does that you might tell me this later, but from a pricing standpoint, if you're going every week, every month, does that affect the end user's pricing? Is because obviously they would be more API calls on your back end, right? So how does that affect pricing?
So different subscriptions have a different frequency.
Understood. Yeah.
So the I think in the standard subscription is the monthly and biweekly option,
Yeah.
and in the more advanced or more expensive subscription
Yeah.
is every week. But we don't. The only limit that is there is based on the amount of contacts that you want to track.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
if you sign up in the trial, there is you can monitor 250 contacts completely for free,
Nice.
and then with the subscription you can increase the limit.
Yeah. Very cool.
Good. So here you can just set up the email for notifications where you want to get notified when there's a job change, and you click on Finish Import. What's happening now is that, like the first step that's happening is that Pipebooster is looking for the right LinkedIn profiles. As you can see, we got them already. So we basically took the name, surname, and the company name, and we were googling for the right person, on the internet, finding the LinkedIn profile. And when the LinkedIn profile was found, then we visit and see if there has been any change.
So what's really cool here, I'm just going to kind of touch on what's actually happened here. So you had 3 data points, right? Full name, company name, uploaded via CSV, created a project, and then you've asked it to auto like enrich those contacts, right? To find the LinkedIn details, job titles, because you didn't have that before, right? So this has gone to scrape the web and found it.
Exactly. Yeah. The input was actually only name, surname, and company name.
Yeah,
And this is a company where I used. This is all recorded in my Pipedrive.
yeah,
So what happened then was that we enriched the information. We enriched the data with the LinkedIn profile, with the URL. With the website of the company, with the company LinkedIn profiles, and many other things. And then the robot starts visiting the profile one by one and sees if there has been a change. So let me check this guy, for example. Here's his LinkedIn.
hmm
Pipebooster tells me that in the old record was that he used to work at IBM.
mm.
But here I have information that there has been a job change. So let me check his LinkedIn profile. And so let me check. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
IBM to KPMG up the top.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he left IBM. He's now with KPMG.
hmm
Good. I overlook this. Good. If you look at somebody else, like here, so he used to be, I think our old database was the warranty group. By the way, he might still have more active jobs. So
Yes.
for these reasons, you can see what is the one that where he's not working anymore,
Yeah.
and there might be a couple of others where he is still involved. So let me check his LinkedIn if you have the right one. And yeah, so he's now the CFO at Uber, but yeah, he was working previously at the Warranty Group almost 2 years ago. So this
hmm
is where we know him from. So good. Then the interesting thing is that we are now going through a cascade of email verification because uh, so there are, as you can see, many of the companies are large companies, and they might have different branches. So it's not that simple to find the right email address. And what we do is that we have our own email hunting tool, and plus we are connected to many other databases like ZoomInfo, etc. And what's happening right now is that we are trying to find the right email ourselves, verify, and if we don't find it, if we are not 100% sure, then we look in a paid database. If we don't find it again, then we go into more expensive database. So we are going through a cascade as long as we find the email address.
Wow.
So with our tool, we actually cover many other, like the most known email hunters and databases.
Yeah.
So this is what's happening. And when the data enrichment is done, you can just click on export, and export the data in Excel or CSV and just play around, or because we connected with Pipedrive through integrations, you can go directly to your CRM, and as you can see, for every job change in the database, uh, there has been a new lead created, or sorry, new deal created.
Mm-hmm.
And if I look at it, like for example here at Nelson, as you can see that we have the information and his new email in the new company. We have a note that he moved from the company A to company B, the email address, the LinkedIn profile, and yeah, basically, so we have all the basic informations. What's interesting then is that you can connect this not only to Pipedrive, but you can from Pipedrive you can shoot automation to your email. So if I go to drafts, then as you can see here, for example, well, not this one. So here, for example, as you can see,
Understood.
we create for every job change, Pipebooster through Zapier wrote a template of new email for the salesperson. So we make sure that we don't only find, so data are important, but you need to take some action on it, and we are trying to make it for the people as for salespeople and marketing people and RevOps people as easy as possible.
Yeah.
So you set it up once, we and then you don't need to even go out of Pipedrive. You can still keep using Pipedrive. Our tool is still checking your database for job changes, and if there is something new, it creates the lead and it creates a template in your email. And yeah, so the salesperson, all they need to do is to work with the opportunity in Pipedrive, and if they want, they can adapt the template in Gmail and just send it out.
I like
So
that.
it's a lead generation on autopilot, basically,
Yeah.
with leads who should be more likely to buy again because they know you already from past.
Yeah. Very cool.
In the
It
product,
just, it just
you
makes
can
it
find.
makes it actionable, right? So it's a really nice use case.
Yeah. So in the product, if you go to integrations, you can see that you don't need to even log out, and you can set up your API right from here,
Yeah.
and you can connect Pipebooster with many other tools. Just you can just name it. So we have Gmail. So there's a lot of tools that you can connect through Zapier.
So I
One
guess
important info. Sorry.
I was going to say, so something else there, would it be, I could see a use case with Slack as well, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
that'd be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So you can connect it with Slack, and basically, to set it up with Zapier is very simple. So you need to choose what are the variables that you would like to show in your chat, and then based on the frequency, like if Pipebooster checks your database once a week, then always when there is something new, you get a notification also on Slack.
Hmm, very cool.
Which brings me to one more interesting thing, and it's the fact that you can connect it also with OpenAI, ChatGPT,
Nice.
and this brings new new opportunities to personalized emails, and we've been internally working with this since the release of the API,
Hmm,
not only with ChatGPT but also with the GPT-3 API, and we are in the next sprint. We should be able to release a new feature in Pipebooster where you could use the API of GPT-3 for a couple of activities or a couple of it can trigger basically some activity based on the AI. I can
very
give you
cool.
example. Some of our customers are venture capital funds,
Yeah.
and they want to track their portfolio, because what's happening quite often is that time to time somebody who used to work at a startup and was there since the beginning. It's the star operator, not the founder, but it's the person who really was helping out to build this company.
Yeah.
And then they decide to leave and start a new company. And investors want to know about this. So they're using Pipebooster to track the important people in their portfolios
That's such a good use
and
case.
get
That's so good. Yeah.
exactly and get the notification when they change a job. But some of the investors have a really huge portfolio and some of the companies already have a lot of people involved,
Yeah.
so you don't want to get not you don't want to get lead always when the previous employee starts ice cream shop or a new bakery.
Yeah.
So here is interesting that here is where the GPT-3 API comes in, because with one simple prompt you can classify and what is the new company or categorize the new company into certain industry, and then you get notified. So
Mm.
imagine if there is 1,000 people who change jobs, but only 1 out of 10 creates new interesting startup in your industry, then you get notified.
Mm.
So this is so you can create a couple of conditions with this feature, which is on the roadmap. So stay tuned, and it will be released soon.
Yeah, well, I love it. So, Vlastimil, is there anything else you want to show on the platforms on the platform here?
So if you get back to the menu, every project has, it's basically here. You can pause them, you can start them again, delete, you can change the settings. I think it's quite the interface is quite easy.
Yeah,
We build it in a way that you can work with your CRM system, so you don't need to go out of Pipedrive. And we believe this is really important.
yeah,
So you can choose Pipedrive as a data source. You set it up once, the frequency and other things, and then it keeps updating your CRM system. One important fact is that with Zapier, you can play around. It's a completely self-service platform,
hmm
and I believe more and more interesting use cases from our customers will be released as a template. Once you connect to your Pipedrive, you will be immediately contacted by our customer success manager, who will double check and confirm with you what pipeline and what stage for the new
nice.
lead you would like to use. Because so it's sort of security feature. We need
Yeah,
to make sure that nobody, so nothing writes into your Pipedrive before you confirm that this is exactly what you want.
nice.
So this is we just double check with you.
No, that's good. So from my side, if for the listeners out there, we will have links in the description below for a free trial. And the guys have been kind enough to offer some discounts as well that we'll have in the descriptions below for you to. I think it's basically the pro license. Is that right? You get like a
Yeah, exactly. So you can, everybody can sign up and get there is a free trial, so you can sign up and try to monitor 250 your contacts for free. And for the listeners of this podcast, we offer a promo code in a value of 118 US dollars, which basically covers the pro subscription. So you can try it out and track up to 3,000 customers.
nice. Yeah, great. Well, Vladimir, thank you so much for walking us through the platform there. Um, we'll be sure to have the links in the description below. Until next time, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.